Before I give the message this morning, I want to say a couple things about where we're at as a church and where we kind of see things going. Ever since this COVID-19 crisis started, the elders have discussed every week, what are we going to do? How are we going to reopen church? Yesterday, youth ministries, Shauna and Jeff and Andrew got together and they talked about, okay, how are we going to reopen student ministries? And they got some great ideas for that. And so we've been talking about these things every week. Of course, complicating it, everything, as Eric said, is that the guidance, quote unquote, that we get from the government and health authorities is changing almost daily. And so it's hard to plan. And I don't need to tell you that the experts don't all agree. So I want to say several things. First of all, every person at Cornerstone ultimately, and every household is themselves responsible for doing what is right for them. We don't pretend to be able to tell anyone what to do and what steps to take. But I want to give you the direction that the elders are headed and that we think we're headed as a church, with the understanding that, of course, it can change, as things have done a lot. But the current guidance says that we can meet in groups of 25, provided there are adequate safeguards in place, including personal distancing, which is what we have here this morning. Now, so in addition to the live feed that we will continue to do, the live feed that you're watching now, we want to begin gathering in homes, in small groups. We want to gradually add more groups to that as people make their homes available. The home groups will depend on the size of the space available. In fact, Andy Wilson just texted me a couple pictures. Andy and Jen, this morning at their home, they've got 21 people at their home. And they're watching the live stream. And I guarantee they've had a great time together already this morning. And so, Andy or Jen, you have to put those pictures on Facebook that you sent me so we can all enjoy that. But so Andy and Jen just decided to do this on their own. So they've got all these people worshiping and singing at their house this morning. This actually fits really well with Cornerstone's philosophy of grassroots and letting things happen, kind of organic ministry rather than programming ministry from the top. So if you're interested in hosting a Sunday meeting at your house, you have a little space, you can do it completely on your own. You don't have to tell anyone. Or if you want, we're here to help you with this reopen church thing if you want us to help get some people into your gathering. There is a link that I put in my update a couple days ago that maybe you looked at that can be helpful. This simple online tool just says where the meetings are, who the hosts are, puts a little information on there, and then how many people this particular space can handle. And so when someone signs up, if 2 people sign up, it automatically makes 2 less spaces available. And if you're hosting a meeting, we can go in the backside and tell you who's signed up, who's registered to come on any given Sunday. Now, the way we want to do it is you don't have to go to the same place every week. We want to see each other. We kind of want to get to see other people that we haven't always seen. You could go to the same place, or you can choose a different group. You can bounce around a little bit, see other people if you'd like to. Now, the host homes will set the rules for their group, all right? Some groups, for instance, may require masks. Others may not. Some groups will have children present, others will not. And we'll include as much information as we can on the registration page, but if you want more information, you of course can call the host home, or you can call me or Andrew, and we'll get you as much information as we can. Most groups initially will watch the live stream together, like the Wilson group is doing this morning. However, as time goes on, some groups may decide, you know what, Joe here plays guitar. Why don't we have our own music? Or somebody else has a scripture passage that they'd like to share, and so maybe we don't need to turn on the sermon this time. Let's do our own little Bible study. If a group is together and you're having such a great time connecting with each other that you don't have time to turn on this internet live stream, fantastic. Nobody's feelings are going to be hurt. And if you're going to meet outside, some groups will probably be meeting out in backyards, and you're certainly not going to have everybody look at their phones now and let's watch the sermon. We're probably not going to do that. So this is going to be fluid. It's going to be changing as we go on. And when the weather improves, we still plan on going outside, having outside service. We have 2 big tents that Paul Obrist has gotten really good at having guys set up, and we're good at doing outside services. We've done them many times. All we have to do is add a little bit of distance between chairs of household groups and those kinds of things. We have our eye on a couple locations, including the Ernst Field that we used last year. We'd like to be somewhere where we can keep the tents up and meet week after week, so we don't have to redo that every week. But when we move outside, when the weather warms up and we move outside, we won't have this live stream here in this room. But we will record the services, the whole service, and we'll put the whole service on the internet, so those who are not able to go to the outdoor service are still able to see it. 2 more important things. Number 1, we understand that it may be quite some time before some who are more vulnerable are able to be in a group of any size, even a size of what we've got this morning. The people that are not able to do that will still very much be a part of Cornerstone. We will do everything we can to keep them connected. Again, we're not going to push anyone to do anything outside the personal boundaries that they have set. And then last, and this is probably the most important thing of all, we know that reopening church could well be an exercise in grace and in kindness and in understanding and in forbearance and in freedom, an exercise like we have never gone through before, because we've never been down this trail before. But we are determined to do it right, to the glory of God, and preserving the unity of the Spirit, even when we're not able to all be together. So I want to invite you to give us feedback and talk to any elder if you have any questions. This is all totally an experiment. We are literally making this up as we're going along. So we probably will make some mistakes, and we'll probably have to backtrack, and then we'll go a different direction. But we need your help, and we need your grace. And you've already shown that by the fact that you're watching this live stream, which is a lot less than what church normally is. So let me pray, and then we're going to look at God's Word.